What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. This is an unusual Monday stream for me, but I guess, I don't know, maybe we'll get used to it because I did one last week after the town hall. There was obviously a lot to discuss. This week, I'm going before the town square, so that's going to start in roughly 1 hour from now. I had some free time. I figured I would jump in, see what folks are up to, and especially since I was not able to stream yesterday, just trying to give some more time to hang out with you folks. So exciting stuff. Before I jump into the comments, just a quick look over of everything in the Splinterlands ecosystem. And man, I gotta say, green candles all around. And that actually goes to Bitcoin as well, up 5% on the daily. There's some fantastic news, some of it fake, but still, we did pump significantly over the last 24 hours. You can see DEC is very close, hitting 940 Splintoshis. Now, keep in mind, this is only on Hive Engine. If you look at CoinMarketCap or any of the other, I guess, data aggregate websites, if I try to sell all of the DEC that I have on either Ethereum or on the BNB chain, I am not getting 940 Splintoshis. In fact, it's almost like it might not even be 900. I thought I saw it even lower earlier, but we can take a look. Actually, look at that. I have it open. So let me go ahead and refresh this. And you'll see here on PancakeSwap, it is currently, it did jump up a little bit. Okay. So we're at 914 Splintoshis on PancakeSwap. And wow, look at Ethereum. Okay. You know what's good about this? So the arbitrage is starting to kick in. People are seeing that there is a difference, meaning that you can buy the DEC on BNB or Ethereum for cheaper, bridge that into the game. There's a small fee there, but I mean, to go from 900 to 940, that's a decent percentage gain there that you're not going to overcome the fee with. So that's actually a great thing. I can't do it right now, but I would love to do an analysis and see how much DEC is still floating around in some of these other chains, or at least namely those two. But we can see DEC getting nice and cozy, close to peg. We're not quite there yet, but I would love to see above 950 very soon, hopefully before the end of, hopefully before the beginning of the presale. SPS doing quite well too. So we were at 1.3 cents, maybe we even wicked below that, but we're at 1.45 now, so not too bad. Vouchers, on the other hand, have been flirting with 4 cents. In fact, I think we have wicked over that a couple of times. If I go over to looks like TribalDex is down again. I like the TribalDex exchange. So let's see here. And we'll go to vouchers. Excuse me. Okay, so this ask and bid is a very small spread here. Still not above 4 cents, but on the whole, I'm happy to sell mine at 4 rather than 2 cents. It never got down to 2 cents. It was like 2.3. So that's where we're at. I made a video about this earlier today. Splinter Cards made a nice Rebellion bulk buy calculator, which I think is fantastic. We're just kind of watching these numbers tick up as we get closer to peg and as vouchers get a little bit more scarce. But on the whole, it's been pretty good. Also, we burned like 14 or 15 or close to 20 million DEC worth of cards recently. So you can see that jumped up, which was not good. We also did have, I believe, the end of season, so that's probably factoring in there somewhere. All right, let me go ahead and check in on the chat. Leandro is here. Wibble Wee. Matthew Young, what's going on? I know, Matthew, you're usually in on the not town squares, the Twitter Spaces, but we haven't really done one of those in a while. I'm gonna have to see if Keys and Darkest Night are in. Big Dog Web, let's go. Afternoon. Guten Abend. Good to see you here, International Travel Channel. Very late in in Germany already. Helios. I don't know why I said Helios. It looked like Helios, but hello, Mystic Force. Good to see you here. I can imagine. What are you guys, like 7-8 hours ahead of us, right? So it's probably quite late over there for a Monday, but thank you for hanging out. Are you planning on staying up until the town square? That is going to be in about 55 minutes from now. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know that there's going to be much information out there. I mean, I think Matt's going to come on, answer some questions. People are going to get hyped because they usually get hyped whenever Matt talks. My hope for the town square is that we can get some kind of timeline for land, because now that we have now that we know the timeline for Rebellion, right? This is the difference between last week and this week. We know the timeline for Rebellion. It's pre-sale begins on Wednesday, doesn't come out until December 5th. There's a whole like 6 weeks between now and then, right? And my hope is that we can get land. Now, here's the thing. Before you guys call me out, I know I usually get a little critical of Matt or anybody on the team when they give us timelines for land or really anything at this point. And Matt has even given a couple of timelines that have obviously been pushed back. But I'm human. I still want to hear the timelines. I still want to know where they're at. From my understanding, what I've seen in the land expansion channel on Discord and just talking with other folks that have been doing a lot of the testing, not internally, but externally, it seems like land is starting to shape up, and I would love to get, even if it's MVP, just some kind of 1.5 version out there in the world following, hopefully what will be a successful Rebellion presale. Now, this presale is set to go for 30 days, right? A lot of people are thinking that it's going to sell out in a day or sell out in an hour. I think you guys are deluding yourselves a little bit. I don't know how much money there is out there in the ecosystem. Granted, $2 million isn't that much when you consider crypto as a whole. But in terms of like what people have spent, I don't know. Maybe it's there, maybe it isn't. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can just shake things up regardless and do some fun stuff with land over the next 6 weeks between the pre-sale and the actual launch. Ghostly BG, what's going on? Thank you for being here. So, who is buying packs? Are you all set? Do you have everything that you need? Or are you procrastinating? And are you waiting until the last minute? Because for those who bought DEC when it was like 700, 800 Splintoshis, they are getting a significant discount on Rebellion at this point. I think from Matt's post, if you had bought back then, it was like $3 and something cents, right? $3.21. So obviously that has gone up significantly since then. But on the whole, I don't know. I'm excited. Let me go ahead and I got some tournament stuff that I want to finish up here. So let me go and put in some battles. But we definitely have time to kill until then. Oh, Silent Summoner, get out of here. Lame. If you guys are not playing in tournaments, here's another thing to chat about real quick too. Tournaments have seen a massive drop off. At least, obviously, they were off for a while, but even more important, once they came back, it's like people weren't even paying attention. So I would say that there's an opportunity there if you're looking to make cheap or free SPS. So you just gotta put in a little bit of time. I don't even know what I want to play. I mean, we're gonna go heavy on Dragon, that's for sure. But you know what? I think I'm liking Death a lot lately, because this dude adds so much. Ravenhood Warden. With that Inspire at level 6, it's kind of clutch. All right, we're gonna go with you as well. You know what? Why not? And there's still 10 mana to work with. So you know what? Let's go with you. I usually do not play Legionnaire Alvaro. I don't know what I'm trying here. I'm just testing some stuff out. More importantly is the fact that I probably won't even be able to watch this battle because people have not been putting their battles in yet. So let's see here. Enrage, eh? Enrage, you say? All right. I've been playing Lily Shieldpaw way more than I should be, because I really I just haven't been able to, since I only have a gold level 1. So anytime I'm able to play gold, that's where it's at. Okay. We have a lot of mana to work with. Let's go with Demon Shark. Oh, man. All right. Deep Lurker. Who else did we roll with in this? 5 mana. I think I'm going to go with Infiltrator because that is super clutch. All right. So let's do this. Yeah. We'll see what happens. All right. No battles. That is it. Sweet. All right, so actually, let's go digging down the rabbit hole now. I want to see if we can. Oh, it's not this. It's BSC scan, right? Let's see if we can find just how much is out there. Let's go dark mode for all of our eyes. Let's get the contract for DC. Wait, how come they don't have... Oh, what the hell? All right, let's go to CoinMarketCap. All right, so what we're going to try and see is just how much DEC is out there at this time. Oh, nice to see. But I need the BNB contract. So not Tron, not ETH. I forgot that we're bridged to Tron too. I did not, I mean, I keep hearing that Tron is a dead chain, but I didn't realize it's still very much alive in many other parts of the world. I was just listening to a podcast the other day about how it's being used for stable coins. All right, cool. So here we go. We have the contract here, multi-train. Right. Dark. Okay, here we go. Dark energy crystals. That was the right one. All right, so you can see the max supply here is actually 1 trillion. 22,847 holders. Now, if we go by holders, this is the thing that's tough to decipher here. Okay, so we got this one that has like 99.9%. This is probably just the bridge wallet. Then you got your LP here with about 235 million. And I don't know if this is another, I guess these are other contracts, but I'm not sure what the contracts are. But you can see here 171 million, 106 million. So when we start looking at the individual wallets, the highest wallet is 24 million. So, it's still a significant amount. Now, okay, what's crazy is you go over here, and let's go to the rich list real quick. DEC. Oops. Okay, so you got the TerraBlock bridge. This says in the bridge, right? There's 228 million that have been cross-chained over, right? But you can tell right away that there's 235 million just in the LP. And then like another 24, 19 million. So there's still a lot, which okay, so this is where things would get interesting. Once people start working with this bridge, and I don't know anybody that likes using TerraBlock. I think I've used it once or twice and I don't like the experience at all. TerraBlock will need to buy more DEC if we start bridging it in, which should only help add to the overall buy pressure for DEC. So this is BSC scan. or I guess the BNB chain. And then I guess if we want to, one final thing, and then sorry, I'll jump back into chat here. Just one final thing to take a look at. If we go to our liquidity pools. So DEC BUSD, there's 429,000. Okay, let's do this. $429,727 worth of liquidity. We obviously divide that by 2 because half of that's in BUSD. And then divide that by, what is it going for? We'll just say 0.00092 divided by 0.00092. Okay, so that's actually, the numbers there are actually good. So this is saying that there's about 233 million DEC locked up in the liquidity pool. We can confirm that. You can see here there's 235 million. So I'll consider that standard deviation, just a rounding error, which is fine. But then you have this other contract here, which has another 7 million. And this must be an older version, like maybe V2 of PancakeSwap, not V3. Oh no, this is V2. This is V1 then. Crazy. There's still 7 million, still 7 million DEC just sitting there. Interesting. Okay. Now you can see from a liquidity standpoint, there's 429 here. How much is there on Ethereum? 401. So there should be less on Ethereum overall, but then we come back to the bridges and it's still about 224 million. Yeah. See, these numbers freak me out a little bit. I mean, granted, it's not supposed to be perfect, right? In a perfect world, it would line up 1-to-1, but there's so many bridges out there. You can even use the monster market bridge, right? So like you can see here. Oh, wow. Look, see, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. Check this out. Look at where the available liquidity is. There's so much liquidity on BSC because everybody's buying on BSC and transferring it into the game. So therefore it's getting put into the bridge liquidity on the BSC side. And now there's barely anything. Look at that. You cannot take anything in on this bridge. There's only 1,000 DEC. That's all you can bridge over from Binance. So damn, that sucks. You can see I have some DEC sitting there that will need to make its way over to Hive Engine at some point. But I guess I'll just wait until things cool off a little bit. Now I could send some DEC to Hive Engine and send it out to BSC, but I really don't want to be on that chain any more than I have to. All right. Let's get back to the chat here for a second. We got Bolts85. What is going on? Hello. You are itching for some Rebellion. You're renting them first. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going heavy on Rebellion, but I'm very excited to start using them. Maybe renting them out, seeing what's going on, playing at the lower levels. That is very exciting to me, to say the least. Vlogging, gaming, and coding. I like the username, by the way. If someone is saving untamed legendaries or legendaries in general just for land, then why not just get cheap ones and sell expensive ones? I guess it depends. I mean, if you're just buying for land, I don't think people really discriminate in terms of what they get. A lot of people are just going out there buying gold foil commons or regular foil commons. So it's not. I think if you're asking who's saving untamed legendaries, it's like if you already had a kitty, obviously you're not going to sell that and buy something else if you really want to hold on to your kitty for the long term. But I don't know. Bolts, I believe once Land 3.0 comes out, we'll be in the money. Well, keep in mind, we are still at 1.0 at this point. We're very close to 1.5, but we have also been very close since May. 5 months. Hot damn. All right, so Harry Larry McNary, what's up? I was loading up on DEC when it was 0.00068 and now selling as much as I can for an easy 25 to 30% gain. Might be one of the only things I got right in my SPL journey. I know it feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good to sell? In fact, I mean I've been selling a bunch on the BNB and ETH chains as well. So It's been very nice. Now, what's funny is that like I've been talking about this being like the easiest trade. It's just a matter of being patient, right? Something was going to come out at some point, whether it was Land or Rebellion or that like promo mini set that they were talking about. Something was going to drive DEC back to peg. And now you can see a lot of people either taking profit or just holding because they are excited about what's to come with Rebellion. Aaron Kennedy, what's going on? Peg Life, going to be billionaires. I don't know about that, but it'll be nice for us to hit peg soon. There's no doubt. If you guys have been following too, there's been a ton of reward cards burned. Let's see. So let's go to reward. This is at 7749. So there's another 3,000 burned. Another 3,000 reward cards. And let's see. Biggest culprit for commons is Bloodmaker. Man, people really don't like Bloodmaker. We have burned over 15% of all Bloodmakers, which is 600,000, but I guess it's not that much. There's still 4 million. I mean, there's 4 million of these things printed, which is nuts. Let's see. Looks like a lot of the rare cards were burned as well. Let's see. What's the biggest offender here? So Twilight Basilisk, 179,000 out of a total 1.8 million BCX printed. Or really 1.6 if we're just looking regular foil. But it's these newer ones too that are getting burned. 100,000. These are less than a million in terms of overall. Now, epics and rares are actually where I made probably my biggest gains, we'll call it, or biggest trades. Because epics were like back in January, they were selling for like 8 cents. And now if you burn them, you get 10 cents worth of DEC, almost 10 cents worth of DEC. You don't have to deal with any sales, or you don't have to worry about buyers. You can just immediately burn it and then dump it on the market. So that's what's happening with probably a lot of the older bot owners or people who like flip that trade. Now I'm looking at this and wishing I bought more. But again, you know, what is that? It's like a 20 to 25% gain on cards, which again, I didn't mind because like I bought a bunch, I maxed them out, and then I just put them on the market for super cheap. I don't know if they've been renting or not with how the rental market has essentially died. But now it's like if nothing really picks up and we stay at peg, I'm gonna just burn them, take my 20% gain. Year to date, that's not terrible. I mean, sure, you know, crypto, you're in it to make more than 20%, but I'll take it. Plus, it's accomplishing what a lot of people wanted to see, which was less cards in the ecosystem. It's just we're sacrificing DEC and the flywheel in order to get that. Bolt says, I'm going to finish up work. I'll see you all at the town square at around 2:40-ish. Going to log in late. It's all good. We got about 40-ish minutes or so. Harry says, I think the burning of cards is a good thing. It means the ecosystem for your assets will work. You can always get out, even if it means burning your assets. Hate that it's bot farms doing it, but shows it works. It might not even be the bot farms. I mean, look, I've told you guys, and I just said it again, right? Like I bought a bunch of these cards. Now I didn't buy thousands of BCX of these cards, but you know, there might have been some people out there that did. But my guess is if they had done that, they would have sold or burned and sold back in March and April when Land 1.0 hit. I don't think we really hit below peg value this time around. In fact, let's go here. Let's go to buy. See, these are trading 0.006 per BCX. That's not, I mean, that's just right above burn value. Hold on. Okay, let's go to epics and rares. So if these drop below 2 cents, then they will be trading. You'll be able to make a burn on them. Now, okay, here's where things get interesting, and I don't quite know what the value of this would be. I don't know why people would do it. I just heard people talking about it. If you wanted to get credits into the game as DEC, you could buy cards that are around their burn value, and then burn them immediately for DEC. The problem is you're not getting enough DEC to offset the burn, right? You're not going to get too, like, if you were to take credits and buy, like, I don't know, what's the cheapest one here? And yeah, I mean, even here, right? If you were to buy because this is per BCX. So if you were to buy that card at 2 cents per BCX, and then you immediately burn it for DEC, DEC isn't at peg, so you're not going to get the full value for it. At that point, why wouldn't you just use credits in order to buy the actual packs? But this is really like another major source of DEC inflation. I mean, all these cards that are out there. In fact, who is that? There was a bot owner. Hold on, let's see. I think it's like Philip Doe. Yeah, we were looking at this account a while back, I think. Let's see, this is the one. Oh, perfect. Okay, so this account right now is holding all of these cards, right? A known bot farmer. Holding 47 million collection power, which means they'd be able to burn their entire collection of cards and get 47 million DEC, right? It's roughly $47,000, which, again, I guess on the grand scheme of things doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, if you made this from botting the game, then you're doing pretty well. But my whole point is, how much is $47,000 worth of sell pressure actually going to do when people are buying, right? Like, let's say we sell, what is that, 100,000 packs times 4,000. What is that? 400 million. Yeah. Okay. So we would have like 400 million DEC worth of buy pressure just to sell 100,000 packs. And I think it's safe to assume, I know what happens when you assume, but a lot of people are expecting well above 100,000 packs to be sold during the pre-sale. But if this is the biggest bot farmer, and that's the amount of damage that they can do, well, bring it. Let's get rid of all these cards, and then we'll start working to get rid of the DEC. Obviously, we're going to need the DEC at some point, whether it's for land or for rebellion anyway. So why not just get rid of the cards? Do you think the rental market will ever recover? Recover is a strong word. I think the rental market for certain assets is going to be very good, namely rebellion. When it comes out, I think it's just going to be super dry in terms of overall liquidity. That, I don't know. I mean, I think rebellion rental prices are going to be fantastic. And the fact that you are going to have to make a decision on whether or not you want to stake those cards in order to get airdrops or put them out on the marketplace to rent. I don't know. I really like the conflict system. It's somewhat brilliant in my opinion. I'm not smart enough to know if there's any pitfalls with it yet, or if there's any exploits, but I do like what I've seen from it so far, and I think it's going to incentivize the right things and hopefully disincentivize the wrong things. What is up, Mario? Good to see you here. Welcome back. So Vlog says, I heard Wild is just for bots and moderns for those who want to play the game. As a new player, it made no sense for me to keep collecting Untamed and move to Wild, thus dumping Untamed cards. Okay, hold up. So Vlogging, I have a question for you. You might be one of the only new players that we have ever seen in a very long time. When did you join the game? And what brought you to Splinterlands? I just want to know. Because everybody's like, the meme here is that, there's no new players. Everybody's just leaving. But yeah, I actually have some data that can, I think not necessarily refute that, but at least give an argument for the opposite side. Blockchain Project says, I'm rotating my voucher gains into SPS. Very nice. SPS is up too. I don't know if you saw, but SPS is up. I mean, it still has a long way to go, in my opinion, but my hope is if we can get above 5 cents, even 10 cents, that would be insane. Because the rewards that people would be getting paid would be stupidly high. But at the same time, we would also be burning way fewer SPS tokens for Rebellion packs. So the only way it's gonna go high and stay high is if it's because new people are entering the game and they need to stake 10,000, 100,000, 200,000 SPS in order to like play at the league that they want to play at. Sky says, and don't forget the Kellys. Yeah, I know. Jim Morgan, we thank you for your sacrifice. So Yvonne says, what's good? I'm hoping rentals are expensive for Rebellion. When do conflicts start? According to the post, it sounded like conflicts were going to start right after the general sale, because they said that way the first conflict airdrop will happen right after the new year, sometime early January. So I really like that. I mean, I don't know how many packs we're going to sell. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it'd be fantastic if we can lock up a bunch of that DEC. The problem is I still think, especially if SPS goes high, we are going to end up... Okay, so here's a potential risk that nobody's thinking about, and I haven't made a video about it yet, but I'll give you a little teaser here. If SPS spikes up, it's great for those who can sell and take a profit, because obviously, spikes, volatility is going to happen. But what ends up happening is you'll get people that will burn that SPS, which is valued higher, for DEC in order to buy more packs, right? Because right now, I would need to burn, I don't know how much SPS in order to get a pack. But if SPS were to do a 10x, I'd only have to burn 1/10 of that same SPS in order to buy a pack of Rebellion. So you can bet that many folks are going to jump in on that. It's similar to how Rift Watchers was designed. The problem is that because people are going to burn that SPS for DEC, we're going to end up with more cards and more DEC. Sure, half of it's going to go and get locked up in the DAO. Great. The other half is going to go to the team as revenue, and they're going to sell it back on the market and essentially recirculate it. So we will have to find a way to do something about that extra DEC. Now, the extra cards thing, it all depends on how much that is exploited, right? Think back to what happened with the other project, GLS. So if all of a sudden you have like an oversupply of cards because somebody just went in, they took advantage of a high SPS price, that's not, that doesn't bode well for card values in Rebellion. But I will say this, at least that SPS is burned, and it's burned permanently. It's not going to come back. It's just, we would have burned a lot more of it if we hadn't spiked in price, but then we may not have burned anything if we hadn't spiked in price. So catch 22. Logan says, it was a few months ago. I heard about the game from a friend, Calmier, if you happen to know. I don't know who Calmier is, but I guess thanks to Calmier for introducing you. So how are you liking it? You're probably the newest player that I've come across and had a conversation with. What are you liking? What are you disliking? Why did you stay around? This game is so confusing. There's like 7 different tokens. I mean, sorry, there's only like 3, but there's also different versions of them. The meta is incredibly complicated. Land was probably supposed to be here around the time that you heard about the game, but it's not yet. So what's keeping you here is my question. Harry says, do you think more crypto gaming companies will try to copy the SPL economy? Is it sustainable? Not for play to earn, but maybe for playing and being able to have assets retain some value? I'm not sure how to answer this. I think the asset ownership model is something that a lot of crypto gaming companies will try to adhere to, right? NFTs rather than tokens, or at least that's my suggestion. The problem with tokens is you haven't really seen a game that has been able to do it in a sustainable way. And I know, guys, we love Splinterlands. All right, Splinterlands is great. But the economy is hot trash. Let's be real. The token structure is cool. sets up for a very Luna in a bull run, Terra Luna in a bull run type of atmosphere. And obviously that's what we're all hoping for. But there's no denying that, a game with a token that's been down, that is down, like 99, 98% from its all-time high, along with a stable coin that is not able to keep peg. And then, of course, there's the black sheep of the group, Vouchers, that are printed into oblivion. The design is there. The execution hasn't been. So if you ask if other companies are going to try and copy it, maybe. But only if you can, if a company's going to try to copy it, it's because they believe they can execute better than Splinterlands, which, hey, I think every company out there is going to be like, we have a great team and we're going to go out and do this, right? Whether or not they can is obviously going to be the big test. We've seen some free-to-play versions pop out of games. There's no denying Splinterlands is definitely doing some interesting stuff. So I don't want to. I'm not trying to poo-poo on them. I'm just saying, obviously, the execution hasn't been there. And then, we were also hyped about the GLS side of things, because at least with GLS, right, there's no overhang. There's no DEC overhang. The tokenomics are pristine, so clean. But, take a look at where that project is due to lack of execution. So other companies might copy them, but at the same time, I really don't think that they should. I'm not saying that the Splinterlands model is bad. I'm just saying that it's not perfect. So Skyer says 10 cent SPS equals bull run. That'd be fantastic. All right, so Blockchain Project says everyone is scrambling to get DEC from other SPL assets to get ready for the pre-sale. Land 1.5 will be one massive DEC sink. I think Rebellion is going to be bigger than Land, but that's just my opinion. My hope is that we can sell, dude, if we can get 5 million packs sold for Rebellion, that is 20 billion DEC that would need to exist. Granted, obviously DEC gets recycled, but at the very least, in order to facilitate 5 million packs of Rebellion sold over the course of a year, you'd need to have 10 billion DEC, right? Because it's getting locked up in the DAO. Half of it gets locked up in the DAO every time. Mega Marcus says, if we go to 10 cents SPS, this means the team gets $400,000 per month from SPS distribution. Well, but they're not taking that, are they? The team, I think for legal reasons, that's why we did the tower defense proposal. So tower defense is getting their SPS from what was originally allocated for the team. Oh, Vlogging says, okay, first I just wanted to diversify from Illuvium and Super Farm, so I staked SPS. Then I tried the game, the strategy was fun, and it's easy to play while working out and such. Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope you stick around. I think there's some very exciting things for Splinterlands around the corner. It's just this corner has been so far away. It's like a very round corner. We don't know when it's gonna end. Harry says, oh, well, thank you, Harry. I appreciate that. Mega Marcus, am I blacklisted? Are you blacklisted where? I don't know of any blacklisting that's happening. Like blacklisted on a Splinterlands marketplace? Oh, see, look. So we saw all that DEC probably coming from other chains, and now it's being sold here. That's why we jumped down a little bit. But that arbitrage is good. I just wish that I had sold. Well, in fact, I don't have as much DEC on Hive Engine, so I should sell on the other chains. So, good thing is we're seeing. We haven't seen liquid SPS jump up as much, right? And granted, a good majority of SPS that is given out in rewards does come staked. It's really just LPs and staking rewards. And both of those actually just got turned down because the team was not reducing them by 1%. So I do wonder where that is right now in terms of overall volume. Who is messaging me? All right, we can get back to that later. So Mega Marcus, 1 million goes to tower defense. They should get 4 million SPS per month. Not sure if the team takes it. No, I don't know what's happening to it right now. It doesn't seem like the team is taking it. Wait, the supply will go down. But now, since it's pumping, I don't know what to do. You're going to unstake your SPS to buy some more Rooney? Oh, wow. Get that Rooney. Okay, so what's interesting here, and this is why I want Soul Keep to come out, but here, I was looking at top holders for tower defense packs. And you can see here at the top, there's 4,300 accounts that are holding tower defense packs. Now, if each of those accounts wanted to play tower defense at a silverish level, right? I don't remember the exact numbers. I just remember it was similar to the Splinterland staking requirements. But if they all wanted to play at just a silverish level, that's 43 million, right? 10,000 per account, 10,000 SPS per account, 40 million SPS. That's 10% of what's currently considered liquid. But even more so, you have a bunch of that tied up in the DAO, technically. And then another good amount that's sitting in liquidity pools. So in terms of what's actually liquid, let's see how much is in the liquidity pool. So in liquidity pools here on Hive, you have 27 million SPS, 27 million SPS. All right, so there's 50 million right there. And we could probably round this up to 60 million when you include all the small, long tail ones, B and SPS, PKM SPS. So we're probably close to 60 million SPS just in liquidity pools. That is all considered liquid. The other thing to take a look at here, let's see, SPS in total. The DAO has 106. Hold on. Can we do total SPS? DAO has 108. So now we're talking about 170 million SPS that is either, either in the DAO or in liquidity pools. And then if we just go here to, what's the last thing I want to look at? Oh, I guess Terra Block ETH. Is there a Terra Block BSC? Here we go. 7 million. 31 million. Yo, so we're over 200 million. Okay, just in those three things alone, that's over 200 million. So we take this back, and now we're talking about, I don't know, we'll just say 250 million liquid SPS. Actually liquid SPS that's just kind of floating around there. It's not on a bridge. It's not in a liquidity pool, and it's not in the DAO. 40 million is almost 20% of that. So eating up 40 million would be great. I mean, obviously, I know a lot of people have SPS already, and they might just decide to delegate from their accounts. But damn, that could be, Soul Keep. I know people are upset about land, but Soul Keep was the biggest ball drop in my opinion. That just had the potential to bring in new players, bring in a ton of utility to SPS just by requiring people to stake it. Over the summer, we had all this momentum coming in from the staking requirements. Still makes me sad to think about. But I hope you're taking your profit here at this pump. Oh, DEC's falling. SPS going up though. For people buying Rebellion packs, I'm curious to know how many of you all actually brought in outside capital rather than just reinvesting what you had here or shifting money around the ecosystem. I'm trying to think. So we're saying 10-cent SPS would be a bull run. I mean, obviously during a bull run, I want it to be way higher than 10-cent SPS. But I'm trying to figure out, like, realistically, what can we push the price up to? The flywheel is going to keep getting stalled. That's the problem. I mean, it's good. It's good that we're seeing some movement now, but that's just an overall rise in the market, I think. Is it true you have pledged to do a hot tub stream when DEC hits peg? That is what's going around. I didn't do any pledge for that, but I'll pledge to. Let's see, what if I pledge to trip to the Philippines if SPS hits 75 cents. I haven't said anything about DEC. I mean, if DEC goes back to peg, that's not really anything to celebrate, right? We're just back at status quo. That's it. We're where we should be if DEC gets back to peg. Look at Gala's quiet on a day when Bitcoin's up 5%. Now, isn't that interesting? So I'm following this number, but at the same time, I'm not as worried about it. If land truly is around the corner, and I will include the rest of 2023 in the definition of around the corner, then we're going to need more DEC in the ecosystem no matter what. But man, is it going to be exciting starting on Wednesday to see a ton more get locked up in the DAO. Let's go to rich list here. So Rift Watchers has already done a little of the work. Oh, it passed the bridges. So we're at 231 million DEC. SL market, SL cold. This is what we need to get down. SL Hive. I really want to see this drop under 1 billion. Because then we'll know that people aren't trading it around as much anymore. It's getting either staked or locked in the DAO or put in people's accounts. So it's fun to see whenever SPS goes up by 0.0001, my account grows $30. Oh, you must be sitting on a good amount of SPS then, my friend. Supreme Victor Network, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Gonna rewind what I missed. I don't think we talked about anything too crazy, but good to have you here. If the player base like 100x during the bull, then isn't that most of them just want to play modern? Does this lead to older sets losing greatly in value? Well, so vlogging, this is the age-old question that I think we're all wondering, right? With with any kind of card game, but specifically what Splinterlands is trying to do. They're trying to pass utility onto older cards by giving them a bunch of bonuses in land. So, the hope should be that once, a card is no longer in modern format, unless you really want to play with it, you'll put it over into land. But the problem is there's too many cards for land. And so I really hope that whether it's through land or whether it's through guilds, we can get some kind of infinite staking or infinite card burn. The only problem with infinite card burn is then we're just adding a ton more DEC back into the mix. Unless that DEC gets used some other way. that DEC pays for Rebellion? Yes, it does. Luke, what's going on, man? Hello, hello. Good to see you here. Cryptomancer's slowly accumulating. Azracon's over 21 million now. Redundancy's over 20 million. The question becomes, do we have 400 million DEC that's ready to go for this pre-sale? I don't think so, guys. I mean, I know there's a lot of bulls out there, but I really don't think we sell out the pre-sale. And trust me, I want to be so wrong. I want the whales to come in and just shut me up. But I'm not seeing the DEC accumulated in any of these accounts to make that happen, right? 400 million. Hold on, is it 400 million DEC? No, it's more than that. Hold up. It's 2 billion DEC. 400 million is just 100,000 packs. Yeah, we need to sell. We would need 2 billion DEC ready to go. Tell me where you guys see 2 billion DEC. This is a burn wallet. This is what's trading on Hive. It's 1.1 billion. This is the team's wallet, 359 million. This is the DAO, 231. Bridge, team wallet, I think. SMUSD, yeah. Cryptomancer, who has 52 million, has already said he's not going heavy on Rebellion. He's saving that all for land. SL Market shows here 47 million, and then it drops down to regular players, right? It's 29 million here, 21 million here. A lot of these guys have been accumulating for land, so I don't know if they're going to pivot over now to Rebellion. But unless this money is coming in through credits, which would be great, right? Obviously, outside money coming in is always super helpful for the team and for the ecosystem. I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing 2 billion DEC anywhere. People thinking that we're going to sell out in the first hour, the first day. Nah. No way. No freaking way. Okay, so in the top 200, there's 4.7. Hold on, there's 4.7 billion DEC here. The cumulative side, right? So 4711 909 498. Probably did too much. Hold on. Let's just do 4711. All right, and we're going to subtract some of these top wallets here just to get an idea in the top 200. So minus 1292 minus 1141 minus 359 minus the DAO 231 minus the bridges 224 minus 220 minus the 119 from the team, and then minus 52 million for Cryptomancer. Yo, so in the top 200, and again, we're not even accounting for the fact that some people might be saving for land. There's just over 1 billion DEC in the top 200 accounts. And we're 2 days away. Less than 2 days away. So 1 billion DEC. 1 billion DEC, that's 250,000 packs, which is great. That's my target. But I don't see a sellout, at least not right away. Skyer, how did end of season go for you? It was good. I got my first gold foil legendary. Very excited about that. I have no plans on using it. I want to see if it's actually gonna have value either on land or when I'm able to unlock it. But no packs. 72 diamond chest, no packs. That was a little disappointing, especially since I still need Chaos Legion cards. You will need to burn DEC for soulbound cards. True. But how many people are going to be unlocking? That's a big question. Because here, and the reason I asked that blockchain project is how many people are going to be unlocking, because how many people are going to be buying? Like, I'm already starting to max out a bunch of my cards. Sorry, there's only been 2 that have been maxed out, but it's like, I'm not going to be that big of a buyer, especially if there's another, 3-4 months of this. Most of the others will start getting maxed out too. Sorry if I missed this earlier. Love seeing cards being burnt for DEC. One small step to address overabundance of cards issue. Yeah, Geeked Out Basketball. That's, we're totally cool with that. It's just adding a little bit of a delay to the flywheel because I think we're adding in several million DEC. Flaviano Ramos, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Long time. Gregory Levenfield, what's happening? Alex Bernard, you looking at vouchers? Yeah, man. You must be so... Actually, you know what? I was talking to Virus the other day, and he said that he was really sad for you because you sold at the bottom. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I mean, these things are about to hit 4 cents. So, hopefully you held on to some of those down there, and now you can make a nice little flip. But yeah, no, it's great. I stopped selling my vouchers in September. I think it was mid-September. Aggie was still here. It was like when he mentioned that Rebellion was coming before the end of the year, and I was like, oh, okay, fine. I'll stop selling. But I have been selling on the way up. I've been averaging out above 3.5 to 4 cents. Or I sold some a little bit less. But I don't know where vouchers go from here. I just don't know if the demand for Rebellion is going to be as high initially, because that's the only way that vouchers will spike, right? You give it enough time, and we print 40,000 vouchers a day. I'm getting like over 30 vouchers per day. So at this point, it's like, nah, I'll just get some more tomorrow and the following day. I think that we should, if we don't change the distribution, I had this idea to limit essentially giving vouchers only to SPS stakers and giving validator node licenses only SPS. And my reasoning for that is because if you play the game, in order to play the game, you need to stake SPS, right? So you need to have a certain amount that you earn in terms of staking SPS. And then if you want to get all the cool stuff in the game as a player, that's what the vouchers do. Whereas if you hold a node license, you might just be an investor. So you don't really need much in the game. You shouldn't be getting vouchers. It's okay if you get SPS, right? You're going to have to sell some SPS in order to cover your electricity costs when the validators go live. But I don't know if separating out the utility, I think separating out the utility would be way better that way, because then you get people buying both of them if they want to engage in both versus, buying one or the other. Just doesn't make sense. Thank you, International Travel Channel. Let's see, we got a couple minutes until they start, so I'll probably end this as soon as it goes live. Somebody give me a heads up. Which soulbound cards have you maxed out? I already have 4 maxed. I think I only have 2, Swamp Spitter and then one of the death ones. Actually, you know what? This is a good place for it. Soulbound cards monitor. So my goal by the end of the year, or we'll just say January, so like a full year, I think I can comfortably reach all of the common cards, or max out all the common cards. Rares, it's going to be a little dicey, but I think there's a chance. Epics is where things are really slow, so I don't think anything significant is going to happen on Epics. I do have them all at level 3, which is nice for silver, but I need to get them to level 5, which is 32 BCX. And I'm very far from that. And then my goal with legendary cards is to have them all at gold level, which is level 3. But I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. At this point in time, let's see how many months have passed. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay, so by the end of October, the end of this current season that we're in, that's 9 months. So we would have gone 3/4 of a year. Let's assume it only sticks around for a year. We can kind of extrapolate where we'll be if my luck continues this way. In fact, this might be a good thing to check. So I'm over 80% or over 75% for commons. So commons are a foregone conclusion. Rare, see, this is where rares are going to get dicey. It all depends on what my rates are. So we'll just say 58 divided by 3 times 4. I'll be at about like 77% for rares. And the epics and legendaries, that's just even worse. I'll probably still be below 50% in terms of having them overall maxed. But the good thing for legendaries, epics unfortunately suck, but for legendaries, right, it's 6 BCX to max out for gold and 11 BCX to max out total, which means that, I think I just got the notification that they went live. Which means that if I can get to 50%, my BCX might still be there. The BCX for it will be there for me to get into gold. I have Coastal Century. Oh, you're almost there. You know what's funny, Harry? Yes, I am still playing. I haven't jumped in a minute, but I am still playing. I jumped in today after like 3 days or 4 days off. Megan Marcus says, I wish they bring us a potion that increases the chance of Soulbound Reward card that is not max. I wouldn't mind that. I'd even pay DEC for that. All right, guys. It looks like the team is live now. So thanks for hanging out. I'm probably going to head over there in a couple minutes on the YouTube stream. Let me see. Are they live? Live. There it is. Okay. But thanks for hanging with me. I guess no, I don't feel like listening to it live. Would people ever be interested in that? Would you rather hang out here and talk about it or go there? I feel like most people would want to hang out there. So, I don't know, maybe for sometime in the future. Right now, I want to go take care of some things and listen to Yab in the background. Gregory is asking, will I be on after? I don't know. Yes, I'm gonna try to jump on. I don't know when. I heard Keys is not going live tonight. Keys in Gank. So I was trying to see if Darkest Night wanted to hop in. He's actually the one that told me they're not going live. So we'll see if we'll be able to do it. But all right, guys, have an awesome rest of your day. If I don't chat with you, enjoy the town square. And yeah, excited for a couple days. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow no matter what. So even if I'm not able to come back on later tonight, we'll see what happens. But if there's some fire alpha, and we're all just super hyped, then I may not be able to help myself. All right, peace.